Yeah, this is second phase of uh, introduction to word processing. Um, we are continuing with our introduction to word processing. This time round, we want to look at how we can create text in a Word. Creating text in a Word document. How can we create text in a Word document? Basically, we understand that uh, data entry in Microsoft Word is primarily done by using what? The keyboard, those keyboards you see. Hmm? Those keyboards you touch and feel, they are the ones which are primarily being used. Though we have got other ways we can, you know, enter document or text in a Word. For example, we can use scanners, we can use cameras. Remember, we looked at the input devices, okay? When we were in senior 2, we looked at the input devices. So, how do we create text in a Word document? Okay, it is just the same process. You go and get your Word, type in, press the window button on your keyboard, type in WORD, it appears, enter, and start. Okay, now for me, I have already mine. Okay, here we are going to look at how we are going to create text in a Word document. Next, we are going to see how when we create, because there are very many mistakes, we are going to create, to have mistakes in creating our Word document. You find those mistakes, we call them spelling mistakes and grammatical errors. You know, our musugun or kamusugun, rokakiro. Numuja tunganan typing I typing out better so in English. So you find a computer cannot understand what you are trying to do, what you are trying to type. You find it highlighting either a red color, green, wavy color line, or a blue one. I remember I told you the meaning of those three wavy lines in a Word document when you are creating. Okay, so we are going to see how we can spell check and see how we can correct them, or editing. Next, we are going to look at how we can now edit those grammatical and spelling errors. Editing a Word document. So I want us to start by creating text in a Word document. I'm sorry, I already made mine here. Mine is already here. So sorry. So let me first remove this. I've cut it. So what they are saying, creating text in a Word document, this is what we call insertion point. Insertion point. That the thing here you are seeing, which is blinking, this one, it is waiting for you to insert what. When you start typing, it also does what? Extends ngaren, elosi ngaren, meanwhile you are typing nesi ngaren nenyo na kiro. For example, when we start typing, let me type here okilo. You can see eja inesi ngaren nenyo ngaren na kiro. Okilo John Johnny Michael. Are you saying without that insertion point you cannot type? When it is not dancing there, mamji perai konobai, I typing a kiro. So it is the one that helps us, which aids us to type or to enter our data. So when you open your Word like this, you just start typing. Go to your your keyboard. You must have data. Let me first of all emphasize on that. You must have data, because you cannot just open a computer and you start. What are you typing? Which data do you have data there? You must have data that you are supposed to do to enter to a computer. Okay, that is how we can create. So you just open, click, and you start typing. You press the enter key on the keyboard to create another paragraph. You continue typing. Please do not force it to create paragraphs. Okay, just continuously type. It will come back by itself. That insertion point that will come back by itself. Okay, now since I already have my document, I don't want to waste time there. I want us to cross and look at how we can to look at what we call spelling and grammatical errors. Spelling and grammatical errors. Okay, let me bring back my my document. As you see, I've brought it back and just kept it where I remembered telling you it is called a clipboard. Now, looking at this, we have roughly two wavy lines. We have red and blue. Let me try to remind you. When you look at a red wavy line, it means the spelling. There is a spelling spelling error. Sometimes it can be spelling error or a term that a computer has failed to understand. For example, when you enter our names, our name is not known to a computer. So you find the other thesaurus that I told you that it is like an election for the computer. It highlights. It tries to compare that term with what it has already there. And outcome, when it compares and it finds that it is not there, the outcome is it has to highlight it with a red color or wavy line. Okay, so when you look at this document here, you can see the country has, I don't know, this one here. Okay, so this is what we call grammatical and spelling errors. So here we only succeeded and we have only two wavy lines. The red one I've already said that one is for the spelling errors. Then we have a blue one. A blue one, it means you have overspaced your work, as you see it here. When you look at between risk and the word screening, there is a very big space. When you are typing, your work, do not press this space button twice. Press it once. Press it once. Ichikak adio pete bonruan tipe. Okay? Ichikak ijo ruan tipet. That is all. A computer has understood. It has already spaced. Okay? Don't look at it though that I'm editing it over in a ball have not even spaced. No. The computer has done what? Has already spaced. It knows. That is how it spaces. You know, for us, we like spacing when you're writing on your book. Some of you even don't space. You find your work as if you don't even like to read your own your own work. You don't space. You don't do what you write continuously. When it comes to revising, you find you now again picking people's books. Akoko. Nara, when you look at your book, you cannot even write. The other thing is the other since we don't have the other color, which is green in color. Green, it means our grammar. a plan no in error on musubunu. Our grammar, you find someone telling you, oh, yesterday I did not went to school. Such grammatical errors. A computer has to do what? Has to highlight such grammatical what? Errors. I did not go. I did not went to school. I came there yesterday. Such things there. So a computer knows English better than us. So when you try to bring in your funny English, a computer has to keep on what? Highlighting, telling you that please, this is not right, and it has to correct you. Okay. Now, after having known that this is three, I mean here we have only two. We have a red one and we have a green one, I mean a blue one, and I've already told you what they mean. We have a red one, that one is what I said a red one is for the spelling. Then the blue one is for overspacing. The other one which is missing is for grammar. So meaning we did not break any English here. Now, how do we correct this? How do we correct these errors? Mistakes in as you see here. It is what we call document editing. Before you print it out or before you do what with it, first edit your work. First do what? First edit. Read through and edit, what we call proofreading. Okay. Now, how do we correct this? Go to your cursor. Move your pointer. I'd forgotten this. Are you seeing these two things? This one that moves with some lines, is it the same as this one which is dancing? Is it the same as this one here? So you find there are three types of pointers. When it is like this, we call it what? A pointer. It points. But when you bring it inside here, it becomes a cursor. Okay. When you click on somewhere, now this one is called an insertion what? Insertion point. Okay. Now you take your cursor, as you see, take your cursor here. Click on this word like that. When you click on it once, okay, go and right click on it. Have you seen? When you right click on it, it gives you now the options. We have one: experienced, expressed, expensed, ignore all, add it to dictionary, add it to auto correct. Now here, already, if you know what you were writing, sometimes it can be caused by maybe you were typing faster, maybe you omitted some letters, but yet you know what you wanted it to type. So you come and right click on it like that, then right click on it, then you look for there. A computer brings you options, suggestions, then you pick from there. Okay. So we have experience. So wanted it to type the country has experienced, not the country has expressed or expensed. Wanted to type the word experienced, meaning you come and click on this one. Are you seeing where my pointer is pointing? This word here, it is experienced. Just click on it once like that. Have you seen? It changes here automatically. So continue clicking on it, right click, weather. Are you seeing? I think you wanted to type that one. Central. Click on it, right click. Here we have two options: control, central. Basing on your sentence, did you want to type control or you wanted to type central? So we wanted you to type central, meaning this one is correct. Okay, let's come to here, overspacing, risk screening. Have you seen? So when you click on risk screening here, it comes back to normal. Okay, even here this is over spacing. You can see, but these ones, they have remained uncorrected. But since now you have known what I wanted, or what we mean by editing a Word document. So we have looked at creating text in a Word document. We have looked at checking spellings and grammatical errors. So let me re-echo on these lines here. When you are typing, sometimes a wavy red or green line appears beneath your text. Red and green wavy lines indicate spelling and grammatical errors respectively. Okay, then a blue one indicates over spacing. Maybe you have overspaced your work. Okay, but red and green indicates spelling and grammatical errors. Spelling, it is for red. Grammatical errors, it is for green. Okay, then blue indicates over spacing. Please do not over spacing your work. Okay. What can we let me look at it. Okay. I want us to maybe try and look at formatting and editing text. Okay, but I think this would be the next lesson. I welcome questions and answers. If there is any question, please ask. I thank you. Thank you for listening. I wish you all the best.